You already know what time it is. It's your boy DJ Richie Skye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. Do y'all know who has finally clocked in? Do y'all know who has finally entered the chat on Married to Medicine? Finally, PHAEDRA has shown up and is ready to play. Okay? She is finally ready to play. And I am finally here for it. Okay? I feel like they've been trying to wind PHAEDRA up all this time, okay? And now PHAEDRA has finally clocked in. All right, what's going on to our good people? What's up, boo? How you doing? I see Marilyn is in the building. Shady Faith, they popped out last night, baby. Clocked all the way into you. Clocked all the way in, okay? Clocked, all right? Clocked. Yes, I did. Y'all, I am super happy. Young, Famous, and African is finally back this Friday. They have finally released the trailer. I have one big question. I only saw Kanye in that trailer one time. I know that Kanye now lives in Dubai, but to me, Kanye is like the glue that holds this group together. Now, I know a lot of y'all might not agree, but Kanye, to me, I'm like, where is Kanye in this episode? Where is she in this trailer? She was in one little piece of the trailer. One. I was so mad. Okay? But we're going to talk about Young, Famous, and African. I'm going to figure out a way to recap it. I want to do it episode by episode. So I'm going to have to figure that out, right? I'm gonna have to figure that out. We'll see how that works. I might have to try to do one a day. It might be one a day. That might be a good way to do it. All right, listen. Before we get into the PHAEDRA of it all, okay? Before we get into the PHAEDRA of it all, I see all my people in the building. Somebody said Dubai Bling was good. I actually started watching Dubai Bling the first season, but I did not finish it. So I gotta tap back into that. All right. All right, so let's get into the biz E. We got a little bit of tea. I want y'all to take a look at how it started. And in order to do this, we got to take it back a couple of weeks. All right, we're going to talk about some NENE tea. I'm waiting till some more people come into the room before we get into the Potomac reunion tea. And then we're going to talk about Married to Medicine and PHAEDRA finally clocking in. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, Candy did an Amazon Live, right? During the Amazon Live, she had Kenya Moore on to promote, Kenya's new kids book with Brooklyn. So they talked about NENE for like a hot second. And just to remind you, and again, shout out to Mr. Housewives for basically laying this all out for us in the way that it needs to be laid. Okay, so let's get into it.
Let's just go ahead and give her.
So Candy and Kenya are talking about NENE.
Flowers, honey. She looks amazing. She been looking great online lately. Yeah.
Okay, you could already see Kenya. First of all, Kenya just cannot help herself. Okay, Kenya got that. Kenya, it just be on the tip of her tongue. All right, it be the tip of the tongue, right? So you can already see where this is going.
Yes. Now I haven't seen her in person. No, there you go. No.
It's the laugh for me. I'm not
saying that. I think NENE looks great. I just need NENE to just back off of the filters and stuff. You know what I mean? Because
y'all be doing the filters.
No, not like that.
It was Candy for me. All of y'all be doing the filters, okay? All of yous, okay? Candy was like, don't try it, girl, because I done seen you do a filtration on your face or two at a time. You know what I'm saying? But Kenya say she wake up like that. Okay.
honey, this is natural, honey. I wake up looking like this. Ask me.
Yeah, I see them in the airport. I see girls on Instagram. They look great on Instagram. You see them in person, you be like, this is the same person.
How did Kenya look at the in person?
This is NENE and Sierra Gates, me and my homegirl. This is me and my homegirl on the Breakfast Club. Sierra instigating. I don't know, y'all. This might be a good podcast.
Well,
you messy too. You messy. You just as messy. All right. How?
NENE said she wasn't looking amazing.
No, I just keep it real and tell it like it is. I'm never afraid of any of those girls. She looked okay. She wasn't looking her best.
Yeah.
But she looked okay. She could have used the hairdo and a filter.
So NENE goes on to say, all the girls use filters, all the people use filters, because they will, make you look a little better here and there. But she was like, there's a difference when you look different from the filter and your actual face. So as NENE is saying Kenya was not looking her best, I'm gonna go to the photo, their meetup in the airport. Okay.
Look who I ran into. Not only was she in London, we done bumped into each other in the airport. Wait a minute, is this enough filter, Kenya? Is this enough filter? Relax on those damn filters. Is this enough filter, Kenya? This is skin, honey. This is skin. I don't have on any makeup. I'm over here. Not even lashes. Not even lashes.
You can't have a filter where it's all blurry. And you
Honey,
can't even see the person's
the
face.
good Lord let you run into him, honey. I done ran into her in the airport, and I am about to steal her luggage, honey. Thank you.
Okay. Y'all hear me out. You cannot tell me this would not be comedy gold to be back on our television screens. You cannot tell me this would not be good TV right now. This right here, this is what they need. I listen, that's it. Now, when you do watch the Breakfast Club interview, what you will also see is that, NENE's asked about whether or not she's spoken to Andy Cohen. She has not spoken to him. She does clarify, like I think I said this earlier, that she has no issues, again, with NBC Universal. Everything has been settled. She doesn't really go into how, but she does say that everything has been settled. Their issues have been resolved. When I noticed that she used the term settled, so I would have to reasonably assume that means some. Okay, shout out to T.S. Madison, but I'm assuming that means somebody ran her some coins, but I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I can't say for sure. She also says that she would be open to going back to Housewives, like we talked about earlier. It just got to have the right amount of zeros in front of it. And interestingly enough, she has spoken to Kim Zolciak. Now, remember the last time she was talking to Kim Zolciak, she was asking her what her scooter was, okay? But she says that she had even met up with Kim and her daughter, all right? So with NENE back talking to Kenya, they trade in, a little fun shade here and there. NENE is back. She's got this podcast with Sierra Gates, Mending Fences with Kim Zolciak. I don't know, man. I don't know. I could see your own traders, like I said earlier. Anyway, I like this. This is the type of stuff that I want to see. All right. This right here is what I want to see. Okay. With my Phaedra face. All right. So let's get into the Potomac tea since a few more people are in the room. Let's get into the Potomac tea of it all. Because this is something that, I got to see it to believe it, y'all. I got to see it to believe it. So Andy Cohen was asked, shout out to our friends over at Reality Entertainment TV. This can be found on Radio Andy's Insta and Sirius XM. So we're going to just, of course, I can play a little, talk a little, play a little, talk a little, play a little, talk a little. That's how we got to do it. So according to Andy, this is the best reunion of Potomac ever, or if not ever, since Potomac's reunion season 5 with Monique and the Binder. Yes. A reunion without Karen is the best reunion or the second best reunion in Potomac history. Now, I had done a podcast the other day and I was like, I don't know if they would film without Karen on this show. But honestly, y'all, the way they have been hyping up Giselle and Ashley had their own commercial. Okay. They got their own commercial introducing the Keke Palmer and SZA movie. Okay. The Issa Rae movie that they got coming out this Thursday. All right. So I mean, I'm just kind of like, if you're trying to tell me that without Mother Karen there, the girls are carrying, the girls are clocked in, hence the thumbnail in my Phaedra face. The girls have clocked in. All right, let's hear what he got to say. Let's hear it for ourselves, okay?
Shot the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion on last Thursday.
Now, was Karen there?
Karen was not there.
Ooh,
We all done seen the news.
where was
Karen is checked herself into rehab.
Congratulations. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at I'm laughing at the congratulations. That's so great. I don't think I've ever really heard somebody say that about when somebody has gone to rehab. But I mean, I guess it is great because they taking care of the issue. But it was just kind of like, so it was like, maybe it was just me. Maybe it was me. Congratulations. That's so great. It was like he said she won the lottery or something like that. I don't know.
Now, oh God, what do I give away?
Something.
Well, I will say this. I think it was the best reunion of the Housewives of Potomac, either ever or since the reunion where Monique brought the binder.
Now, Andy, these are some lofty accolades you are giving this reunion. Okay, these are some lofty accolades. Let me put alleged. I'm gonna put alleged. I got to put alleged because this sounds alleged. This right here sounds allegedly as good as. Okay, because nobody was ready for that binder. Okay, that season, all the girls came out to play. All the girls came out guns blazing. All right. So if you're gonna tell me that it's that good, I gotta put the alleged badge up there.
Okay. And it was so unexpectedly funny, but also it really moved the needle in terms of story-wise with a few people.
Now, who do you think that could be? He's gonna tell it. At the end of this, he basically says we still got like 4 or 5 more episodes of Potomac to go. I'm like, how long is this season?
And it was very surprising, and I once again feel like a broken record, hyping up reunions. But
I mean, now I get it. Technically, it's his job to hype up the reunion. You should be okay because this is a big part of what you do, your job. You know what I'm saying? Like Phaedra says, she has jobs. Okay, so Andy is saying that this is the best reunion since Monique and the Binder. It changes some relationships. I'm wondering who. who, because I ain't really seen too much. But what I do find interesting is that you would put Kiana beside Ashley and not Stacy It seems to me that it would have been based on where we are in the story now. It would have seemed that we would have gotten Kiana beside Wendy because they didn't we get introduced to Kiana by Wendy? And then it seems like you would have put Stacy on the same side as Ashley because I just don't really see much interaction between Stacy and Wendy as of yet. So I'm curious to see, because he does say Karen's presence is felt at the reunion based on the people that are riding with her. Okay. So who is riding for Karen at this point outside of Giselle? Maybe because Giselle will turn on Karen in a heartbeat, and so will Karen. They both do the same thing. I know it ain't Ashley. Okay, I can't believe it would be Mia. And then we know that Stacy gonna tell Wendy that Karen was talking about her, but Karen still does go with Wendy to the White House. So we still got a lot of stuff coming up. But where does that leave Kiana, and why isn't she beside Wendy as I would expect her to be? That's the question I got.
But it was really good. We're on the verge.
He goes on to do some talking about how, we got Real Housewives of Salt Lake City coming up with a reunion, Real Housewives of New York coming up with a reunion. I have tried to watch Real Housewives of New York, and it's just not something I can see myself doing anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch the reunion to see what they're giving. All right. I did finish the first 3 episodes of Traitors, though. Baby, that's a mess. Okay. If you ain't watching Traitors, you need to be. All right. And I'm actually rooting for Robin. I am rooting for Robin. I need Robin to go. Robin doing something on Traitors. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. Robin is doing something on Traitors. And if you ain't seen it, you when you see it, you'll see what I'm talking about. She holding her own. She is holding her own. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm rooting for Robin, but the girl that's holding her own. Okay. Her and somebody else had to gather somebody in the most recent episode. And I said, okay, Robin, this is what I needed from you on Potomac. Okay. Now, let's get to Married to Medicine. Now, I want you guys to notice something about this episode of Married to Medicine. All right. Let me get my descriptions up because I need to give you guys the episode title. Because that, to me, the title informs the show. Okay? Listen to the title, and if you don't believe me, I'm going to show it to you. Okay? I don't know if you can see it because the ring light up here. But the episode is titled, it's season 11, episode 7, Mean Girls Gala. Now, since we doing this live, okay, but once I cut it up, I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna start putting, I'm gonna do a clips channel so people who like short clips can just watch short clips. I'm gonna put short clips on the short clips channel because I know some people don't like a long live or whatever, but some people like it. But since we're here, who are the mean girls that the episode title is referring to? Because it's some wild work to actually like call out Mean Girls Gala. Like that's some stuff right there. She is doing great on Traitors. I mean, Sharon, she is. I mean, it just is what it is. If I watch this episode and she ain't reading the girls down, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Okay, let's talk about the episode in general, right? So it says, let me tell you what it says. It says Heavenly throws Zachary a going away party at their lake house. The ladies question Phaedra's ability to raise money for the Met Gala, and Phaedra gets defensive and has some choice words for the ladies. So we already talked a lot about this in the beginning. The biggest scenes of the episode really revolved around the Met Gala. And so we can kind of go just down the line really with what really happened. The first scene that we see is all the ladies headed over to Dr. Heavenly's son's lake house, right? Because I think he graduated dental school. I think that was it. So that's a huge accomplishment. So they, Dr. Heavenly has the ladies over minus Dr. Contessa and minus Dr. G and Sweet Tea, who just about a year ago, everybody was posting on their Instagrams. Y'all remember that? But now they don't like them no more. So I think that's my biggest problem with this group right now. That's not my biggest problem. My problem with the group is that they did all that, and it was like y'all did all that just to like use them and toss them and cast them away. What in the world? So anyway, on the way, like I said, when we talked about this previously, Phaedra is in the hot seat because Dr. Jackie is telling Dr. Simone that she has had to rely on Dr. Heavenly to help with the Met Gala because Phaedra is not doing anything and not responding to text messages. Okay. So that's what she alleges. Now, on the flip side of this, Quad tells Phaedra that the girls are saying that she's not doing nothing, okay, as she rides over in the back seat with King and with Quad. So Phaedra is like, listen, in her confessional, she says, Dr. Jackie is really doing this Met Gala to try to clean up her mess that she made last year, okay, when everybody was going in on her about what she had said on Dr. Heavenly's live, and she had made that apology, and Andy had to ask her about it at the reunion. And so she said that's what she's doing. And she says, now I'll help you clean it up, but don't throw me under the bus while I'm trying to help you sweep, girl. Okay. That was strike one. Okay. So everybody gets to the lake house, right? The men go downstairs. They try to, rope, King in on how things work around here. The tier levels that I told y'all about last week. Who's on the inner circle, who's on quad today is kind of in the inner circle, and then everybody else who was cast aside, okay, and Phaedra appeared. So the girls are upstairs, and as evidence of this of what I said, I'm gonna give you the conversation. The conversation goes like this. Toya tells Phaedra she's not allowed to throw any more trips because it didn't really bring all the girls together, which then turns to Dr. Heavenly, and she says, and you, my dear, you need to apologize to Dr. Contessa about that your mama comment. Dr. Heavenly is like, I'm not going to make no promises. No, she says, I'll do what I can, but I ain't going to make no promises like Phaedra with this Met Gala. Toya's like, we're not talking about Phaedra right now. We're talking about you. But anyway, it gets to the point where Phaedra says, because Dr. Simone is like, oh, well, Phaedra, Dr. Jackie has had to wrangle in Dr. Heavenly for help, and it's interesting to me that Dr. Jackie went to Dr. Heavenly and not Dr. Simone. That's interesting too. I don't know if that tells me anything about their dynamic, but and I could be reading into it, but maybe they're not as kumbaya as we would think they are, or maybe they are. I really don't know. But it's just interesting to me who she went to for help when she needed it. So, and I do feel like, despite this is what I do think. I think that Dr. Heavenly is probably the hardest working woman on that show, in terms of the show, right? In terms of if I feel like if you need something, Dr. Heavenly is going to be the type of person that's going to be there, despite any shenanigans. I really do feel like that. And I feel like that's why it was probably so easy for her, for Dr. Jackie to ask her either that or, but I do feel like Dr. Heavenly is like that. I just get that impression. That's just my general sense. But that's neither here nor there right now. So Dr. Heavenly's like, yeah, Phaedra, I mean, because you really aren't, Dr. Jackie said you're not really doing anything. And so Phaedra is looking like, if you want this job, you can have it, girl. You can co-host the Med Gala with her. Okay, you can host this. We're gonna have $100,000. And if you want to take the job, go ahead and take it. Because I'm not gonna let no bees like y'all, okay, make it seem like I can't bring $100,000 to the table. Strike two. Okay. Phaedra is now she's getting annoyed. All right. Strike two. Now she's getting annoyed. Now, these ladies then had to do a little work to get Phaedra to clock in, but now that they done pressed her buttons, here we go. Okay. So the interesting thing about the gala is, before we actually get there, there was to me, this was three: Phaedra and Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea goes over to visit Phaedra, and Phaedra has some young new manservant. I really don't know what his position is. I feel like he's a nephew or something like that, dressed up to go serve her plates of charcuterie and sparkling wine or cider. I really don't know. Anyway, she has Sweet Tea over, in which I thought this scene was probably one of the funniest scenes of the episode. A lot of funny stuff happened in this episode, but this, to me, did I rate this episode? I did not rate this episode. On a scale of 1 to 10, if I had to rate this episode, I would give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9 because things were happening and buttons were being pushed. Okay, I'll give it a 9. Please rate the episode and if. Oh my God. Anyway, I thought the scene between Sweet Tea and Phaedra was hilarious. Okay, because in this moment, Phaedra decides that she wants to tell Sweet Tea, hey girl, we all went, and I don't know if y'all peeped this. She said we went over to the little lake house. Now hold on. I ain't laughing because I don't have a lake house, okay? I'm just laughing because Phaedra said it, not me. I did not say that. But Phaedra, I don't know if y'all caught it. I don't know if y'all caught the shade, but she said we went over to the little lake house. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, so anyway, yes, it was the little lake house for me. The little lake house that's what she was basically saying. So I was like, ooh, here she go. Here she goes. Then she basically tells, she was like, I really don't understand what the whole situation, the deal is, because they were all coming at me about this whole Med Gala situation. And the other thing that I wanted to point out to y'all about the previous scene, I need to go back, because to go back to that hierarchy that I was talking about, after Phaedra said what she said about them being bees like this, Toya was like, I wish I could say something like that again, that tell you what she is in the order, okay? Because at that point, everybody's looking around like, what kind of bee she talking about? What kind of bee she talking about? So for me, again, I believe Phaedra never had any doubt in her mind that she was going to have $100,000, whether she put her own $100,000 down or not. Okay. And at the end of the day, that is what makes the difference. All right. Now, I don't think that she should go around making it seem like she's some like, I don't know what she do on her. I don't know what all the jobs that she got. Okay. Let me just say that. I don't know what all the jobs she got, because the woman says she got jobs. If you got $100,000, if you got $50,000 to slap down on the table in the case that they need it, fine. But if I was Phaedra, I would have said, will any of you match my donation? Because at the end of the day, all the ladies are being tasked with donating $2,500. But Toya's like, wait, y'all not gonna invite Sweet Tea and Dr. Contessa here, but y'all gonna ask them for their money? I thought that Toya had a point. Like, y'all don't even see it for these two girls. They are on the outskirts of the group. Y'all barely tolerate them, but y'all gonna try to require them to both donate $2,500. I understood what Toya was saying in that moment, because I'm like, no, y'all can't even be bothered to talk to these girls, but y'all gonna ask them for their money? And Dr. Jackie's just cackling. Yeah, they can write a check. Oh God. But anyway, so back over to Phaedra's house. Phaedra says, in her confessional is where she delivers her most deadly assaults. She basically says, listen, the ladies never hold, because Toya did try to hold Dr. Heavenly accountable, and she did advocate for Sweet Tea and Dr. Contessa, but nobody really heard her, and they all kind of laughed at her. And so Phaedra echoed those sentiments and was basically like, none of these ladies hold Dr. Heavenly accountable for the things that she says. She says, unless they are all just like Dr. Heavenly, but they use her basically as their mouthpiece to do their dirty work. Now, let me tell you something. It wasn't as much of a read as it was an assessment of the group in general. Now, here, and I had to sit back, okay? I had to really sit back and say, let me analyze Phaedra's assessment, because it was actually very riveting to me. Because what we have been able to do through the eyes, I think, of Phaedra and Sweet Tea is take a step back from the main core group and look at the dynamics. We all know that Dr. Heavenly is the hardest working woman on that show. I'm going to give her props, because that is, the woman works. However, .org, I do also feel like if she goes off the rails, okay, we know that is her function on the show. We know let's just say in a friend group, we know we got a friend that'll go off the rails at any point in time. Okay. Now, if you look at it from this perspective that Phaedra is saying, Phaedra is basically saying, this is y'all, this is y'all, okay? But y'all allow Heavenly, y'all basically utilize Heavenly to do and say all the things. And if y'all never say anything to correct her, then you never have to get your hands dirty. You never have to say or do anything. You never have to really engage, because she is going to continue to be the hardest working person here. So if the hardest working person here is constantly pushing the engine and making the engine run, that means that, everybody else can just sit back and relax and let her run. Because what would be the benefit in calling her out, except that for us, the viewer, it would make for a better show. And the reason I say that is because whether you, again, this is not about whether you like Heavenly or not. This is about her function on the show. If Jackie pulls her to the side and sternly says to her something, then that's something new for the audience. Because Jackie crying in the car after she done got tossed in the air like a rag doll is not gonna do it. It's not gonna do anything. Them giggling and laughing about taking Sweet Tea and Dr. Contessa's money, even though they can barely tolerate them, is not gonna do it either. Okay, because y'all just reaffirming the behavior. Y'all just reaffirming exactly what Phaedra just said. So Phaedra's assessment of the group, to me, again, it was less of a read, and it was more of, I see what's happening here. And I had to say, I was like, this is an interesting theory, Phaedra. Very interesting. But they're gonna get you. Okay? They're gonna get you. All right. And it's coming at the Met Gala. Because they do get to the Met Gala. Dr. Heavenly arrives to help Dr. Jackie, and she wants to know what Phaedra's done. Phaedra has not shown her face or nothing. Now, because this is the Met Gala, and we do talk a little bit of fashion police here, I'm gonna get into a couple of the outfits. Actually, probably just one. Dr. Heavenly was actually was on point with her assessment of Dr. Simone. Dr. Simone, I love you and your screaming. I do. And I think a lot of times Dr. Simone takes the heat for having to do also some of the work. She had to kick Quad off the group trip last year. But I do not, for Dr. Simone, maybe it's because I watched the movie I watched this show on Netflix, and it was about a cult or something like that. Didn't Dr. Simone look like she would be somewhere dancing in a field, in a circle, or in a ring of people? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they chanting something weird, like something crazy into the sky. Didn't she look like that? Didn't she look like somebody had like she was about to be sacrificed or something like that on some type of true crime TV show? She did. When it actually didn't nobody look like that in the Blair Witch Project. If you didn't seen the Blair Witch Project, so Dr. Heavenly was actually a little wrong about that, but the idea is still the same. What does Simone? What in the white sheet from Kmart did you have on? This was one of those old white sheets from 1975, and it had a little printed yellow flowers on it. And don't nobody use those sheets no more. Don't nobody use that sheet set no more. So what somebody said was, "Ooh, you said garden? Garden, you say? Okay." Garden flower, is that what you want to be? Fine, I got you. Let me put something together real quick for you, homegirl. I got you. Either that or with somebody's curtains. I really don't know. But I just was like, Dr. Simone, what is this? And Quad, no, when she said, "Oh, look at you." Quad, why was you lying to that woman? Okay. I mean, she was on theme. So, yay, Simone. All right. So, everybody else, everybody else looked good. I mean, I like that. I felt like everybody else tried to come in with a, like at least somewhat like in terms of doing something in terms of a gala. So, if I had to give best dressed, I think I loved Dr. Heavenly's hair. I think she had the best. Her or Phaedra had the best hair. Best dressed, it's hard to say. I don't know who was the best dressed for y'all. I don't know who was the best dressed at the gala. Was it Dwight? Was it Phaedra? Was it Dr. Heavenly? Dr. Jackie? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really can't call it. So y'all let me know in the chat. Okay. So anyway, they get to auctioning items off, and one of the first things that they auctioned off was a trip, right? And not to really toot my own horn, but when they did talk about the trip to Morocco, I said, "Ooh, I wonder if they have a travel membership." Because I swear, if they had some type of membership, that really could that trip that they paying $3,000 for really could be about $500 if you got the right membership, okay? And that flight cost would probably be about 20% off with the right membership. Just gonna say it. So anybody who is down for that Rich Life, text that number right there. Okay, now that I done said that, I didn't think that the items that they were auctioning off were that bad. It was very interesting that somebody paid $5,000 for a bowl that Quad had made. I was like, what? So, but the tea comes in where you get Dr. Heavenly trying to auction off Phaedra. Okay. Now I believe you. Okay, this was actually genius on Dr. Heavenly's part, but it was even more genius on Phaedra's part. So Dr. Heavenly says, "Oh, now it was wrong. It was shady AF. Okay, but it was still like if you're gonna go shady, if you want to go shady and you want to make a splash, then this will do it." Dr. Heavenly was like, "Phaedra going for $4,000. Dr. G, you wanna?" Now, the significance of this is $4,000 was the alleged amount that I think that they were saying that Phaedra was demanding from Dr. G back in the day. So when she said that, I was like, oh, look at this full circle moment. So as Dr. Simone is on her get back in her white curtain dress, she runs up to the stage and says, "Oops, looks like no one's bidding on Phaedra. Phaedra's not selling." And so of course, everybody is taking that opportunity to shade Phaedra. Toya in her confessional. I don't even think Phaedra would spend $4,000 to hang out with Phaedra. But I think either somebody tipped Phaedra off that they were going to try to do that, or Phaedra was 5 steps ahead of them. Because Phaedra had a man right off to the side who she went out with back in 1954. That man been waiting for his second opportunity to go out with Phaedra since 1954. That man said, "You know what? I want my Phaedra and I want her now. And she's going to have to put out for this $4,000 that I'm about to give her." But Phaedra had it ready, okay? Phaedra had something in the back pocket. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know. Okay, I don't know who went in here, but I feel like they trying. You know what it feel like? The road runner, and some trying to catch a road runner. It's like y'all be trying to catch her, but that Phaedra is slick, baby. That Phaedra is slick, and she got an answer for everything. Oh, we didn't make the donation money, girl. I got you. What is another $47,000, $50,000? I got it. Now, if Phaedra had been an even badder bee, what she would have said was, "Now, can you match my donation? Put your money where your mouth is." Now, if she had wanted to take it there, but I think at the end of the day, she really just wanted to, like, I did what I said I was gonna do. Okay. She didn't even have to take it that up extra step further. The flex was, "Girl, I got this measly $50,000. Y'all broke." You know, that's what the implication was. I ain't messing with no broke. Okay, man, because that man from 1954, he is ready. All right. So anyway, I hope he got his 50,000. Okay. Anyway, the other thing that I have to take a point for is this: how y'all want to introduce the new friend to the show? Y'all just gonna it was so, I don't know. It was just so like, y'all ain't want to say, give her a little. I know they'll probably give her a better intro. And sometimes they like to just naturally weave the person in. But I like an intro when I first meet somebody. Like, y'all gonna suddenly start putting the spotlight on somebody, and now we gotta, this girl Mimi has arrived. Well, who's she? She's a friend of Sweet Tea. Good, finally. Okay, girl, but you better mix it in with the rest of the ladies, because you're gonna find yourself on the outs with Sweet Tea if they see you get too close to her. So you better mix it up. I'm just calling it the way it is. That's what's going on. So anyway, yes, it was chaotic. It was like, who are you? I mean, you cute and stuff. Anybody gonna tell us who she is? Y'all ain't gonna welcome. Give us. I like a grand entrance or something. You know what I'm saying? Like a nice little package. "Hi guys, my name is Mimi," as she sits in her confessional. Like, give me something. Like, don't just Y'all just scramble this girl in here with Anila and people. Y'all just throw this girl in there like, I mean, goodness gracious. Oh my God. Just a mess with it. Anyway, I did have fun with this episode. So I can't even hold y'all. I had fun. I had a good time, you know. I just don't like Simone and that white sheet. Go ahead and give that up. Get that, send it on somewhere. Okay, give it on to Glory. And I think we'll be good to go. Don't show up in that thing never again. Burn it, if actually, okay, before it comes to life. So anyway, with that being said, y'all, make sure y'all tap the, do something. Subscribe. Subscribe, stick around, comment, like the video, do all the things. We got trips and all kinds of things down in the description down below for you, all the, Zanzibar, Cape Town, everywhere you want to go in the world. I got it. I got you if you need it. Okay. 202-918-3386 if you need to get into the Rich Life gang and you want to make some money. Okay. On a daily basis. Oh my God, y'all, say a prayer of healing over this gray in this beard, because I ain't had time to dye it and I feel like I look dusty. With that being said, I'm out. I love you. Now that you've watched today's video, let's get into this group trip to Cape Town, South Africa. Yes, y'all, Sky Squad, we are hitting South Africa and we are hitting it hard. April 10th through the 17th of 2025. You can click the link in the description of this video to get more information and to reserve your spot. Now, we're going to keep this intimate because we have a lot to do. We are going to be looking at real estate. We're going to be learning about retirement and permanent visas, dual citizenship, buying and purchasing land. We are going to be looking at it all because we want options in South Africa, baby. And listen, Cape Town is one of my favorite cities. So of course, we're going to be doing some of my favorite things. We are going to be hitting the wineries. We are going on a safari. We're going to Table Mountain. We're going to some of my favorite restaurants. And let me tell you, one of them is Gold Star, baby. If you know, you know. We're going to be meeting with some expats who have relocated from the United States to Cape Town as well. This is going to be a luxury experience, okay? So we're talking doing the absolute most. So if you've ever wanted to go to Cape Town, South Africa, but maybe you didn't have the group to go with, maybe you just didn't have the right people that wanted to go and experience it with you, this is an opportunity for you to come with us. Now, I only have about 10 to 12 spots available. Yes, because again, I'm trying to keep this thing intimate and I know that what type of experience I want it to be. So get in while you can, y'all. Trust me, in 2025, we are going to be needing all the options that we can get. And I am going to do my utmost to bring us the most that we can possibly get in and out of the country. So come with me to South Africa. The group trip is going to be lit April 10th through the 17th. Go ahead and click the link in this description of this video so that you can reserve your spot today. Cape Town, South Africa awaits.